Hello, my name is Gabby Page. I'm here with Homer Center football coach Greg Page. Coach,
Hi.
Congrats on a great season this year.
Well, thank you.
So why don't you walk us through how long you've been coaching and where you've coached at?
Well, I've been coaching a long time. I think the first football season I was an official coach was in 1989 as an assistant at Laurel Valley, which is my alma mater. And I coached there for 3 seasons under my father. And then I moved to North Carolina to teach. And I also coached there for 6 seasons until I moved back to Western Pennsylvania. And then I was again on my dad's staff from 2001 to 2006. And then I was fortunate enough to be hired here for the fall of 2007. So it's probably close to 30 years of football altogether if I'm adding it up right or close.
Yeah. So just at Homer Center it would be
I just
over
completed
10.
Yeah, I just completed my 15th season.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
So walk us through what it took you to have such a successful season this year.
Well, you got a few of these guys right behind the camera here that really helped out. But, we often talk about our program. We talk about how everybody plays a part in it, and that starts obviously with the players and their work ethic. Football now has become more of a almost year-round thing where we have to get in the weight room in January, and it leads into the spring, and then we have summer workouts and lifting sessions. And the kids work really hard. We've been fortunate here to have a great cast of assistant coaches and support personnel, people that really buy into the program. And when everybody works so hard like they do, and we have talented kids as well, a lot of times it can translate into success.
Okay. And last year you guys graduated a few very influential players. So with that being said, did you expect to have such a good season this year?
I always expect us to compete, and so we never talk about how many wins that we think we'll get, because I learned a long time ago when you do that, it sometimes doesn't work out that way. So yeah, we had some holes to fill. We had some kids coming back from some injuries and surgeries that were very concerning. But this group of guys, led by our seniors, really took the bull by the horns, and they said they were going to outwork people. They were going to work together. And I'm real pleased for them and the whole group, because 8 wins, I think, is a really successful season.
Well, you kind of mentioned this in the last one, but I was going to ask you, just talk about the seniors and how they were leaders this year.
I was really pleased, probably from the second or third week of summer, from that point on, how they really took a step forward in leadership. And I remember we met for breakfast at Eaton Park and talked about a few things, because we weren't always happy with the attendance in the weight room, which is not mandatory, but they know how we feel about that. And they really stepped it up there, and I think they had a good chemistry, not only with each other, but they helped along the underclassmen. I think that's a real key. When you have 9th graders coming up to play varsity with seniors, you have such an age gap and a maturity gap there. Those kids need to feel welcomed and wanted, and I know our seniors were real good about that.
So ever since you've started coaching at Homer Center, you've had several heritage titles, a couple D6, and you even went to the state championship in 2017. So how have you stayed consistent with every single group of athletes that you've had?
Well, they weren't all that consistent, I guess, but just one heritage, really.
Oh, I thought
Yeah,
there were a
we've been
couple.
up near the top, but we only got one. And I really think it's a credit to everybody. I mean, everybody steps in. Kids know when they come into our program now, they know what to expect. They know to expect hard work. They're going to listen to their coaches. I feel like we have a good system in place on the field with offense and defense, those sorts of things. So it really takes all those aspects coming together, and it's not easy. And it's certainly not easy to maintain every year, because then you know that people want to beat you. And I think that's a credit when people say, hey, we heard that one coach had said this year he's sick and tired of hearing about Homer Center. So we told our kids that. And so that's a good thing in a way, because that means the expectations are where you want them to be every year.
All right, well, thank you, everyone. That was Coach Greg Page of Homer Center. And next you are going to hear from some of our football seniors, so stay tuned.
Responsibility in the hallway is staying in a single file line, walking tight to the right, keeping your eyes forward, and keeping your hands and feet to yourself. Ownership in the hallway is being a good example for others. Let's keep our attitude positive in the hallway. Use your manners and be considerate to other classes. Respect in the hallway is following the volume chart, respecting the work hanging on the walls, and respecting the personal space of others.
Hello, so today we're here with 4 of the 8 football seniors from Homer Center. So guys, go ahead and introduce yourselves. Just say your name and position.
Justin Wallback, linebacker and running back.
Jared Asargas, linebacker and tight end.
Sage Bernard, left guard.
Anthony Rowland, free safety and wide receiver.
Okay, so I'm going to ask you guys a couple questions. You can just decide amongst yourselves who's going to start and then add on wherever you want. So, first question, what challenges did you face during this season?
I think challenges we faced, we lost an all-state quarterback and wide receiver. Lost a few other starters who had experience, so just filling those holes. And we had a few seniors out with injuries, so just for them to come back was a few challenges.
Okay, anyone want to add on to that?
He basically summed it up.
Yeah, Sage summed up a lot of it.
All right. What have you learned in football that can help you later in your life?
The coaching staff really taught me how to become a better person and how to treat people.
I learned what it takes to be a leader.
I learned how to work hard for what you want.
Just to enjoy the moment while it lasts.
So in Coach Page's interview, he had mentioned how this group of seniors really stood out to him because of how good of leaders you were. So just walk me through what it took to be a good leader and how you showed that throughout this season.
The seniors this year really put the time in outside of what the coaches had for us to do with watching film and putting extra workouts in. And we really pushed for that this year, so that was a big part of it.
Yeah, the seniors had a really good bond and it just made us stronger.
Yeah, just yelling at people when it needed to be done, being an enforcer, and yeah.
Just make sure you take every chance to get the extra work and you do as you're told.
Okay, so that's all the questions I have for you. So now we're just going to let each of you talk about your future plans.
My future plans are to go to Eastern Gateway and major in criminology and then make my way to the police academy.
All I know is I want to go to a 4-year college.
I plan on attending IUP and majoring in business management.
I'm going to attend IUP majoring in criminology and a minor in homeland security.
All right, that's all we have for you guys today. So seniors, thank you for coming in and congrats on a great football season.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So today I'm here with 2 more of the football seniors from this season. So guys, why don't you go ahead and introduce yourselves with your name and position.
I'm Noah Henry, tight end and outside backer.
I'm Isaac Turk, offensive line.
Okay, so what challenges did you face during this season?
You want to take this first?
Yeah, I mean, kind of the most obvious challenge that I had was coming back from a knee injury that I never really fully recovered from. You know, it kind of hurt to play on, but it's one of those things you kind of have to tough out because bone bruising doesn't go away for a really long time. So that was probably my biggest challenge.
One of my biggest challenges were probably that we didn't have Coach M some of the seasons. If he was there for some of the games, I feel like it would have been a better outcome. But
That's Coach Micah Rowe, right?
yeah, things happen.
Okay, what have you learned in football that can help you later in life?
I'll go first. That a good family and a good bond can really bring positivity to your life.
Yeah, I agree with him with that standpoint, but I think the biggest thing that it taught me was that pain and challenges are really temporary, but what comes out of it is something that you're going to hold on to for the rest of your life.
Tell me about your leadership positions this season and what it took for you to be good leaders to the younger players.
I'll start. It really took a lot of determination and patience with rounding up 4 groups of grades, freshmen through seniors, who are notoriously like rowdier than the rest, and a lot of their like mentality, I feel like came from like taking initiative. I know that you, me, Wally, Bobo, we were up at the track, if not every day, almost every day, and we actually had a really good turnout on those optional workouts. And
To add on what he said is, just a lot of hard work. Just being there for the team is really what made me want to be the leader. Leadership's not really a part of my personality, but for our football team, it was just best if I took the role as the leader.
Okay, so now I'm just going to have you each tell me your plans for after graduation.
I'll go first. I plan on attending secondary school. I'm not sure what school yet, but I plan on being in the business/marketing field. Yeah, good call. But yeah, that's about it.
I plan on going to IUP to get my bachelor's in information technology for businesses, or MIS.
All right, well, thank you guys for being here today, and we will see you next time.